everyone, to the Sense of Humor's podcast, where we talk anything pop culture or anything that interests us. We're your host, Splitsune, or Tyler, and Griffshock, my co-host, Travis.
Hello.
This is kind of our first episode, so forgive the less than professionalism. It's good to be here finally. We've actually talked about doing a podcast for years, and I've even done a podcast and then attempted a few other podcasts before. But finally, we got one going. I'm really looking forward to do it. How are you doing, Travis?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing?
Pretty good. Can't complain, honestly.
It was good to hear.
I was gonna say, we should have probably saved small talk for the start of this podcast, but that's all right.
It's fine.
Alrighty. Well, so how this works is we take turns picking a topic, but then we both go over it. Or at least that's kind of what I've come up with, and I think we've kind of agreed upon. So we'll take turns every week, just pick each of it, or if I can speak, take turns picking a topic on what we want to do or whatnot. So,
all right.
Also, I hope the quality's not too bad or anything. I was playing around with it yesterday because I have a new setup, which will hopefully help with everything. But yeah. So, today's topic is, did battle passes ruin video games?
That's certain. I say certain video games. Yes, I feel like it did. Yeah.
I am gonna have to agree with you on that there. But where do you think this stemmed? Because I'm actually gonna look this up right now. I should have done my research earlier.
I from what I remember, Fortnite, I guess, was my first original battle pass that I could think of in my mind.
Exactly. That's the first game anyone thinks of, right? I'm sure there have been popular games in the past that have done it, but the main one, especially in our age, which I think we're Gen Z.
Yeah, I guess we're technically. Yeah, I'm border.
Maybe. Yeah, I think you're in between the two, but so our generation, when you say Battle Pass, everyone typically thinks, oh, Fortnite. I guess technically they're considered season passes as well, which is probably the more proper term considering not everyone's game is called a Battle Royale. So, yeah, Battle Pass, Season Pass, whatever you want to call it, Sea of Thieves. Wait, time remaining before I'm kicked. Okay, so 13 minutes. All right, so I just need to move around like this, I guess, every so often. I don't know. Also, if this is a little awkward for everyone, we are doing this in-game because, unfortunately, we are not face-to-face with one another. We are in different states. And sorry for the... This will happen. It's a podcast. We're going to switch, or not switch topics, but it's going to shift from time to time. But... yeah, so you think only some games, do you think it ruined the future of gaming at all?
I feel like it has potential to, yeah. I guess some games will focus more on the battle pass instead of more on the gameplay or more on game production or how games are gonna properly work, the function, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
that's definitely a good point, and I'll let
I
you
feel
finish yours.
I just feel like people are gonna buy the game for the battle pass and then not play the game for the game. They're gonna play it just for the battle pass, and once they get everything, they're just gonna stop playing.
Yeah, and again, that's a pretty good point, is the cosmetics are what draw people in sometimes. That's definitely, I'm a victim of that, or not a victim, but I'm definitely guilty of that, because recently, a couple of games, actually, I'm gonna put Fortnite aside because I think that's my main Battle Pass go-to game.
Yeah, I agree.
But to kind of bring up some other games that kind of followed suit over time that weren't originally Battle Pass games. Black Ops 4 is a good example of that.
That's a
When
very good
that first
example.
came out, um, and not only did that, but it also came out with its own battle royale too, which was Blackout, which was interesting. Like I don't know why they decided to. Well, I do know why. Like it's like, oh, that's the big hype. That's the big thing to do these days. So it's like, you know, um, that's what's popular. That's what we're gonna do. So that's where they decided to go with things. They
Yeah.
decided to shift it towards like the majority, or and maybe not even the majority. They just think like, oh, because this game is successful in doing it, we can be successful in doing it. And I want to just clarify, Black Ops 4 is kind of where the franchise started to die for me, at least. I
Yeah.
mean, Advanced Warfare was pretty bad. Infinite Warfare was pretty bad. But yeah, no, it's
Like
pretty unfortunate.
I feel like battle royales aren't going to be that good for games that are primarily story based, because then a lot of people are going to, like I said, only play for the battle royale or the battle pass. I mean, and then they're just gonna just stop playing the game, and then there just goes the whole story mode. So like what I remember Call of Duty being like I always played the story. I never really played multiplayer because granted I'm not the best at Call of Duty. But
Yeah, no, I get that.
I just feel like on story-based games, it won't be a good idea to have a battle pass. But if it's something that's like primarily like team deathmatch or free for all or it's like games like that, I feel like would be great. Or like even if it's not gun games, like Rocket League has one, I think that's perfect. Is a perfect game for a battle pass.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that's also a good point because now that you've brought that up, a game that heavily shifted, and there was legal trouble or problems, if I'm not mistaken, as to why they shifted things. But a favorite or a game that used to be one of my favorites of all time. In fact, it was a game I played a lot before Fortnite. Was Overwatch, and Overwatch started
Oh
out as a
yeah.
loot box game, so you could open loot boxes, and that's how you would get your rewards. And I actually enjoyed that because it was fun. It was like it was a mystery box type thing. And a lot of people can argue like, oh, but that's just gambling. But then what are loot boxes in real life? Because a lot of people don't consider that gambling, or I
Yeah.
don't know, because some of the things aren't worth the price that they are, or whatever. And at the end of the day, if I'm not mistaken, um, or at least from what I've been told, is gambling is kind of like a, oh, what's the word? It's like where you can lose everything or lose anything really. Like, and I feel like with loot boxes, no matter what, you still get something, even if it's not the price it was worth. You're still getting an object, or in this case, a cosmetic, digital cosmetic, whatever it may be. And I guess a lot of people could argue because you lose the value in some of those things, they aren't worth the money. But like, I mean, a lot of terms of service stuff already kind of contradict that because it's not like you can sell your account anyways. I mean,
It's
you
true.
can, but you're technically not supposed to, and the account could get
Is
banned
it
or in
illegal?
trouble. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I find it kind of ridiculous sometimes that
Well, I
there's
mean,
all
like,
these. Oh, go ahead.
sorry,
Sorry.
Hugo.
No, I think I just finished my thought. Honestly, like I'm kind of trying to think.
Like, I don't consider it gambling because gambling is like you basically put like everybody knows gambling by money. So like you put money in something and you can either profit and gain more or you lose all. Like you lose everything. Like you can put in 500 bucks and walk out with $0. So
Exactly.
I guess like in the game, then you guys get in a box, you're not losing anything. You get something for free. That's just the game basically being like, oh hey, we appreciate you playing. And it's considering that you do, here's a free mystery box. It's a free gift, you know?
I
That's
was
the
gonna
way I
say
look at it.
that was the other thing about Overwatch. Every time you leveled up, you would get a box. You would
Yeah,
get a loot box, and so you didn't even have to spend money. People were just intentionally spending money because
they
they
wanted to.
liked the game of like, yeah, whether or not like, hey, am I gonna get a really cool skin this season? Because that was the thing back then. Like seasons were sometimes yearly. That's what I like about Overwatch. Is it's very anniversary. It does the same thing every year, just adding new elements and new stuff, or at least it used to until the battle pass. So I just looked up the definition of gamble. So the first one is play games of chance for money or betting. And then the
Okay.
second one is take risky action in the hope of desired result. So I guess, yes, in a sense, the second definition kind of follows under gambling with the loot boxes. But I'm going to look up another thing real quick, too, if you have any other thoughts to kind of add to that while I do so.
Like towards Overwatch, the looting box gambling, or like
Just
just
anything in general. Like, I mean, we're kind of on that topic. Like, because, I mean, the
okay.
main topic is
Battle Pass.
did battle passes ruin gaming? Um,
Like
which
I
I think in some senses yes, but whatever. Yeah,
yeah, I mean like I do think like the idea for a battle pass is cool. I mean, I guess it's like a way for a company to think, hey, if we work really hard to make this battle pass and throw in all these cool cosmetic skins or whatever, people are gonna be more open to buying our game. I mean, I get that's a huge idea, and it does work. Not saying it doesn't. I'm saying it does. But I think people would only buy it just for the fact of like, oh, hey, this is like that's a, like a I don't know, like Marvel season, like Fortnite or whatever, and people would only care just for that. They don't care about the game, and I think like Call of Duty was supposed to be, in my mind, a story-based game in a way, and then Fortnite was like based around the story, and then they kind of veered away from like the main storyline to now just collaborations, and you kind of just lose focus on the story of the game. Um,
yeah. I mean, I. So, are you saying you'd think like collaborations are kind of ruining gaming as well?
yeah, yeah, I don't, yeah, like, I enjoy the collaborations we get. Like, I enjoy that. I think they're fun, and some can be annoying, but I think yeah, it's like that's all that people are ever paying attention to is just the collaborations, and it kind of just takes away from the whole game itself.
I'll kind of semi agree with you there. I don't think collaborations ruin the games necessarily, but I do think it's a tactic to draw in audiences of that interest. So like um Fortnite's a pretty big example. I mean, a lot of people still don't play it because they just don't like the gameplay. But what does draw some people in are collaborations. In fact, I had a friend at work actually. He only got into Fortnite because of the Zero build. So they promoted something that interested him and that made him want to join. But also Spider-Man came out around the same time and like me, Spider-Man's his favorite, so um
Yeah.
that kind of drew his attention as well. Um, and then another good example, Overwatch, not recently, but they did do it like a month ago. They
Was
did
it?
a Transformers collab,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
that
Yeah.
kind of brought me back to the game a little bit.
I
Like, it
thought
made
that looked
me
cool.
want to play the game. Yeah. They're definitely cool. I like the skins. I think it was worth the buy, but it was very pricey. I will say that. It was pretty expensive. But that's a tactic, I think, really, is it draws you into the game. Like, I mean, I even like feel like adding Overwatch back into my kind of playlist of games because for those of you who don't know, I don't we're not for those of you who just found us through the podcast, um, we both also stream gaming content. I'm hoping to do other content in the future, and I don't know about you, Griff, but um, yeah,
Yeah.
I've kind of thought about doing some just chatting or in real life streams at some point.
I feel
But
like
that'll
that'd
be
be
a
fun.
while. Yeah. But hopefully this kind of draws you guys before I plug us. Um, yeah, we both stream if you guys like gaming content. Um, but hopefully, yeah, hopefully you guys will check us out besides the podcast, but also check us out because of the podcast because we would really love that. This is kind of like our passion project, whereas our channels are singularly our own. But to do the podcast for both of us, it's like, you know, it's more special than just our own channels in a way.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so back on topic, I just looked it up. So loot boxes in video games are similar to gambling, but they are not covered by gambling regulations. So I imagine if they were, it would be 100% considered gambling. And they even give some examples because I even forgot about some of these names. And also, I didn't even know some of these games had loot boxes, but they are found in many popular games, including Apex Legends, which I forgot about, FIFA,
Yeah.
which I did not know
I didn't
about,
know about that.
Mario Kart Tour. I had no
Really?
idea the new one had loot boxes. Yeah. Overwatch, didn't know about that,
Yeah.
but it'll get back to the topic at hand. Star Wars Battlefront 2, they did have loot boxes, but then dropped them pretty quickly because
Yeah.
they
It
got into
didn't
some
really go
legal
that
trouble
well.
or something. Yeah. And Roblox, because with Battlefront 2, though, it was pay to win because you could buy loot boxes and get like
Yeah.
better
Really
clay
good shit.
cards or whatnot. Yeah. So that was pay to win. Overwatch, I would say, is a different scenario because, again, it's mostly cosmetics and you can actually get money and stuff. So you can actually go back. I can't remember if you could buy loot boxes. I think you could with the in game money, if I'm not mistaken. So there's that. And then Roblox. I've never really played Roblox. Not super. Not a lot, but I know it's popular enough to get that kind of attention. So, um, but yeah. So back kind of to the topic at hand, kind of like what I was saying earlier. Um, with Overwatch specifically, because that's the main one that I have in mind. Because I actually enjoyed the loot boxes, and maybe I like gambling. I don't know. I've never really done anything like that. I've never gone to a casino. I've never like gone to Vegas or anything like that. So I can't
Yeah.
really say like maybe I do like gambling, but I don't think I do. I think I just enjoy the
The
on my
mystery.
edge, yeah, the mystery of and the fun of it. Like heck, I've thought about because there was an old thing that YouTubers would be sponsored by. It was like Loot Crate or something, and they would sell pop culture items and merchandise. And I was like, that sounds like really freaking cool. So
It's
I
pretty
thought
cool.
about going, yeah, I thought about going to that website and actually ordering some, but I haven't yet, and I don't know if I will. Maybe I will and do it for YouTube or something, just for fun, not like a sponsorship thing or anything. We are not sponsored by anything we are bringing up, by the way. No
Yeah.
sponsorships.
No.
So,
No.
yeah, forget. Like anything that we technically promote, we are not sponsored by. We are just bringing them up because they are topical to the topic.
Yeah.
Um, so, um, let's see. Um, so kind of going into battle passes, would you blame or Fortnite for the rise in battle passes being in games?
No. I mean, no. I probably wouldn't. I mean, that's kind of how the game basically became. I mean, like I think from what I didn't really play much of like Save the World when it first came out. I played a little bit of it because that's what Fortnite originally was. It was originally Save the World, and now it's story based. So I guess I kind of just resigned on my comment earlier. um, but they started off a story based for Save the World, and then they went to a battle royale, and Battle Royale went good. I don't remember if it started automatically with the Battle Pass.
So that's actually a good point. From what I remember, yes, they they what's the word? They marketed the game as survive or
Battle Royale.
no, as the first one. The
Oh, Save the World, story based.
they marketed it as Save the World. In fact, um, you showed me Overwatch in terms of like actual game or Overwatch Fortnite in terms of actual gameplay. Like the first time I played Fortnite was with you on Battle Royale,
Yeah.
but I had watched other YouTubers previously play the Save the World game mode, which, by the way, I actually really enjoy. And they made a few adjustments, like I can wear some of my favorite skins in that game mode, which I think is pretty sweet. So not only did they make it so that way you could like, transfer data, but you could also enjoy two separate game modes. I mean, it doesn't help that they have, creative now. Not knocking it for that, by the way. I think creative is a fantastic idea.
Yeah.
It lets a bunch of other creators come in with the Unreal Engine and make some really sweet stuff. Like, I mean, there's literally a Phasmophobia ripoff right now, and it's fun as hell.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, I would honestly blame Fortnite for the Battle Pass rise. I really would. Mainly because of this. Ever since Fortnite like started and like became as popular as it did, like where as to where like it basically regular I don't know.
Made it more
It
regular.
made it made celebrities playing video games more regular. Like heck, there's a few collabs with a bunch of celebrities. Some of them I actually really enjoy, like Eminem being one.
Mhm.
There's also Metallica, is it Lady Gaga?
Yeah, Lady Gaga,
Yeah, Lady
Travis
Gaga.
Scott,
Yeah,
or Astroworld, yeah, Marshmello.
Marshmello. In fact, Marshmello was the first one.
I think he was the
And
first like well, celebrity skin.
yeah, I feel like a lot of those like EDM artists are kind of the first to do it because EDM music, I just feel like fits best with the gaming um, community. Like in terms of that, like back then, anytime I'd listen to music and play games, especially like Minecraft, I'd be listening to EDM, like
Yeah,
dubstep and stuff.
yeah,
Like so,
Skrillex and stuff. Yeah,
yeah. So I think that made the most sense. Me and my brother, I remember us going to that event specifically, and it was like the Saturday that we went. Our parents made us go to the store with them though, so we were like we were like super upset because we were like, we're gonna miss the event because they made us go to freaking Costco with them. Like, and yeah, we were still pretty young, like we were still in
yeah.
high school, so
I
they
remember being
had
mad at
that.
stuff.
Yeah, so um, but yeah, so kind of going back to the battle royale though, like ever since Fortnite kind of like became that popular, I feel like other franchises like Call of Duty kind of saw that as, hey, they're doing this and it's working. So maybe if we do it, it will also work, especially with our current fan base, but maybe it'll bring people from that other fan base over here. Like it'll bring the Fortnite community to Call of Duty if they find out, oh, hey, they got a battle pass now. Which,
Yeah,
by the way, I think they only had like three or maybe even less than that battle passes, and they all sucked. Like, I did not enjoy. Well, I thought the superhero one was cool, but
wasn't that the
it
one
was
with from the boys
no. So
with
that's
Homelander?
in no, that's in Modern Warfare, which I think we'll
Oh,
get into in a second. But
okay.
yeah, Black Ops 4. Not only did they add a battle pass, but they also added a battle royale. So that kind of begged the other question. Like, I mean, okay, I will say this: out of all the games I own, probably 90% of them have a battle pass now. But only a few of them have a battle royale game mode. I mean, even EA, they came out with Apex Legends like the year after Fortnite kind of popped off, and I think even you, yeah, like we all tried it because it was basically Overwatch but a battle royale.
Yeah.
Because there was characters with superpowers and you could like use them and whatever have you. So I don't want to say this in a negative way either, because like I do think Fortnite had a huge influences on other companies, but I think the only problem I do have with that is that is what made me want to go play other games. But now a lot of the times I'll play other games that are similar, like because they also have a battle pass, because they also have a battle royale, you know, stuff like that, because they also do collabs or whatever have you. Like there's a lot of stuff that just makes me want to go and play those games. But never the gameplay itself, kind of like what you talked about. Like heck, I don't think if I remember correctly, I don't think Sea of Thieves started with what they call the Plunder Pass, which is a battle pass.
No, I think Sea of Thieves was I think when I first started playing, I think it was when it first came out. But I think it if don't quote me on this anybody, um, but from what I can remember, they didn't really have a battle pass. It's more of like not a story based, but it's kind of like a sandbox game where you have quests and you have things that you can do, but you can also just go around and sail the sea and chat with your buddies.
Yeah, I was gonna say like it's very open world. It's very like choose your adventure kind of game, and I love it. I still play it to this day. I still stream it occasionally, and the new season, kind of going back to battle passes, it's one of the things that drew me back to the game because they got a new kind of Oni or Japanese themed set
Ooh,
of
I don't
both
know.
outfits and yeah ships, and that's what made me want to come back is because they promoted it in a way where like hey they got cool new stuff to add and I'm really looking forward to trying it out and getting it and whatever have you. Call of Duty has kind of been lackluster with that though. The only thing that really brought me back was the promotion of their new weapons. But other than that, like the battle pass itself I don't think is really that great. So
Like I
what about you?
remember,
Is there
well,
any games that like didn't have battle passes but now do that you play? Like any that I haven't listed at least already?
um, let's see. Well, well, for anybody who doesn't know, I primarily play story-based games. I like Batman Arkham Knight's a good one. I play that one quite frequently. Um, I play Skyrim type games. I play open world, but I also play like games that are primarily around based around like a story, like Diablo, stuff like this.
Assassin's
Um,
Creed's probably another big one you play.
oh, Assassin, yeah, definitely. I forgot. How could I forget about Assassin's Creed? Um,
You play
yeah,
Origins and Valhalla, right?
yeah. I play. Recently I played Odyssey. No, not Odyssey, was it? No, it was yeah. Origins is the Egyptian one, and then uh,
Yeah.
Odyssey's the Greek god. Valhalla is obviously Viking. Um, but yeah, no, I played those three. But what was I saying again?
Well, you were talking about how you primarily play solo Let's
Oh
Play
yeah, no.
games, and because that's what I was. In fact, keep talking. 1 second.
Well, yeah. What was I saying? Assassin's Creed is a good one. Uh, not really ever really battle passing. Um, and then there's one I was just thinking about. Um, just forgot. I lost my train of thought. Um, let's see. So there's one specific game that I was thinking about that wasn't story or battle pass thing. Skyrim doesn't have one. Um, Call of Duty didn't really from the beginning. Uh,
Wait, Skyrim has a battle pass now?
they have it's not it's weird. So they have it's like they have one version of Skyrim where it's an online one, then they have a version where it's just the regular Skyrim, where it's just you
Oh,
playing on
Elder
the world.
Scrolls. Yeah,
Yeah,
Elder Scrolls Online.
yeah. Which I mean, technically it's Skyrim, but it's like they kind of did it
So,
before Fortnite.
so
They kind of it's like two different games, but the same game,
yeah,
just
so
online.
Skyrim is a part of a franchise called The Elder Scrolls, which is a franchise. So
Yeah.
Skyrim's just one of the titles, though. Also, I looked it up. Dota 2, which is a Steam game, was the first to have a battle pass, or at least this is what I found looking it up.
Dota.
Yeah.
When did that come out?
This came out, get this, 2013. So battle
Really?
passes are not even that old, which is insane to me. Like
Wow.
I thought it would kind of go further back to like 2001, but I guess it makes more sense knowing like, actually the concept of cosmetics weren't really a thing
Yeah,
until
no.
like till much later on. Like cosmetics weren't like no one cared what they looked like while they were shooting at other players at the time. Like
They were just
no one really
happy to play
cared.
the game.
Yeah, exactly. And actually, kind of going back to battle passes a little bit because I forgot to list off all the games that went from having or went from no battle pass to all battle pass. Like, or not all battle pass, but um,
Yeah.
a pretty good or some good examples. Real quick. Um, see if I okay, never mind. Oh yeah, Among Us. Among Us did not have a battle
Yeah.
pass. It now has a battle pass.
So did Diablo. Diablo never had a battle pass. Diablo was strictly story based, and then when they started coming out with the new Diablos, I think it was the one before this one, or
So
I think maybe it
Diablo
was just this one.
3, is it
Yeah, yeah.
Diablo 3 or 4 that have the battle pass?
I think it's four, like the one with the battle pass. Plus, I mean,
Okay, so then
Diablo, you could play with people online. It's kind of like an online adventure world where you fight. For anybody who doesn't play Diablo, you just basically a human on Earth that's fighting for your humanity and taking the demons from hell that come up back down to hell. Um, but yeah, no, it was basically originally supposed to be just a story-based game going around, just playing around, just killing monsters, this and third. And then 2013 with that game, battle passes have slowly started creeping out into games.
yeah, in fact, another one, I mean, we've already talked about it, but Call of Duty, and I'm pretty sure Black Ops 6 plans on having a battle pass. So there's that.
Black Ops 6?
Um, yep.
How many Black
Uh,
Ops are there?
so
If
there's
there's gonna be a
Black
six.
Ops 1, 2, 3, 4, Cold War, and then now 6. So Cold War was technically 5, but they called it Cold War.
Yeah, okay.
Another great example, Halo 5 Guardians, another loot box game,
Mm-hmm.
but Halo Infinite was a season or a battle pass game.
Yeah, I wasn't too fond of that one. I hear there's a big
Yeah,
controversy
it
on it, but I'm on the fence where I wasn't.
yeah, no, I definitely agree with you there. Infinite was not it did not
It had
build
potential.
up the hype. Yeah, like the hype that was built up for it did not impress.
Yeah.
Overwatch, which we also already talked about, went from loot boxes to battle passes. Sea of Thieves went from no battle pass to the plunder pass. And
Yeah.
then, of course, we have Destiny. Destiny 1 didn't have anything like that. And then later on, Destiny 2. I don't remember how long it took them, but later on, they ended up having a battle pass.
I mean, I think battle passes can be cool. I'm not like I don't hate them. It's just like sometimes I feel like they can be. I feel like they can be. I don't know. Like I like
Well,
stories
it just
and shit,
encourages
but
people to spend a lot of money. That's the problem. And here's the thing. I'm not even going to plead innocent either. Like you said, there are games that I think make like with battle passes make it better or at least make it more fun
more
or
enjoyable.
make me want to. Yeah, like the newest season of Fortnite is a big example of that. I know you're not a huge fan of the collabs, but I love the Marvel collab. I really
The
do.
one they have
And
now is
the
great.
yeah, it's not just the skins though. They implemented it into the gameplay too. They added War Machine's arsenal, Doom or Doctor Doom's like weapons, um, Captain America's shield, which is still my favorite,
Yeah,
and I'm hoping they
I
add
love that
more.
one.
Yeah, like they
Like
did really well. I was actually excited for this season. Like the past few seasons, like sure, like I think the last time I was this excited is when they added the Greek gods, and then before that was the Ninja Turtles to the game. So I mean,
ooh, I forgot
you
about the
know,
turtles. Yeah.
yeah. So
Okay,
they
yeah, I do. I
definitely
forget. Yeah, I
have
do
some
like the
bangers.
collabs. They have really good collabs with Fortnite.
Yeah, and I think that's the cool thing about Fortnite is because to kind of do the opposite of whether or not like battle passes ruined games, but did collabs kind of save them? Like I think that's one of the coolest things about Fortnite is I feel like it's bringing a bunch of communities and like people together. Like the only reason I got into My
Together.
Hero Academia was because my brother like he tried to get me into it and then I saw that Fortnite brought it in and I'm like, "Huh, it must be like really good if they're throwing it into Fortnite." And I'm not saying like my opinion is solely based on whether Fortnite collabs with them or not, but like I really love Naruto and they collabed with Naruto like a couple or at least 1 year before that. So, I don't know. Like I think it kind of not only brings in new fans, but it also brings old fans to new franchises or franchises they haven't even thought about getting into. Um, but then I already see some of my favorite franchises already in the game that I'm already familiar with that I really enjoy. Again, one of them being Marvel. Um, yesterday they released a Iron Spider skin that I absolutely love and will be rocking for the rest of this season because it's freaking sweet. Um, so yeah, I mean I would say I think when it like fits or when it matters, collabs can be great. I think in a lot of instances, like I mean, mainly because I'm not a wrestling fan, like I don't like WWE or anything like that. But they added some, wrestlers to Call of Duty. So if you are a wrestler fan or whatever, and you want to give Call of Duty a shot, feel free to go look at it because they made WWE kind of the center of this season. But anyway, that's just kind of how I feel about collabs. But battle passes, yeah, I agree with you. I think in some cases, like with Sea of Thieves, I think it works because Sea of Thieves is sorely
Yeah,
or solely cosmetic based. So
it is
getting the
very.
coolest new look or weapon or whatever, that's your show to fame. Like it shows like, oh, this person's good at this game or this person plays this game a lot because they have that look or because they, spent that much gold or whatever have you. Like, that's kind of the status of Sea of Thieves right now. So I think with Sea of Thieves, it works. With Call of Duty, I think it should have a customization option, sure, like pick your favorite operator and whatnot, but you don't have to implement into a battle pass, especially not adding the new weapons, because it's basically pay to win. If you buy the battle pass, you'll get the new weapons much faster, much earlier. If you don't, well, you're out of luck and you have to either wait till the battle pass is over and do completely separate challenges for them, or you have to level up a heck ton to get the new weapons, which is kind of unfortunate. I feel like new weapons should... I mean, that kind of goes back to, like, what was before battle passes. It was DLCs. It was extra content. And that's still a thing, obviously, but, like, DLCs aren't the big bad thing anymore. Like, they're not the thing that gives you extra stuff. Like, I remember back in, the olden days, Batman 2, Lego Batman 2, is when me and my brother bought our first DLC, and it was so that way we could get a bunch of extra characters for like $5 or something.
Yeah.
It was like the first time we did an in-game purchase. But yeah, that's just kind of like I think I don't know if it's exactly important to bring this topic because I'm sure plenty of other people feel the same way. I mean, I know for sure I have friends who, just absolutely refuse to spend money on games. So other than the game itself, which I get it, like unless it's a DLC that adds more story or whatnot, like the PlayStation Spider-Man game, a lot of the DLCs are money, so
yeah,
all the DLCs are money, so a moment of silence.
yeah. But like, I mean, I think battle passes are good. They can be good. Um, like it works really well. Like Sea of Thieves works really well for one, like you said. I also think Rocket League is really good for it. Um, Same thing with, I mean, obviously Fortnite, but I think that Rocket League is like, I mean, I've always loved playing Rocket League as that type of game, and I think I think it has always been Battle Pass themed, which is kind of what I was more used to having a Battle Pass. But like Fortnite is everyone's main first thought go to, but I would think of Rocket League.
Hey, I mean that's fair. Like whatever in preference at least you prefer, like that's that's all that really matters too. Is like I think at the end of the day, well, first off, if anyone's having this problem, don't let anyone tell you what's cool and what's not to you. Whatever you think is cool, as long as it's socially acceptable. Like if you think murder is cool, probably see a therapist. But like if you're,
Yeah,
if you think Fortnite is cool and someone says otherwise, screw them. Like whatever. If someone says Call of Duty's lame, but you think it's awesome, if that's your
good for
shit,
you.
screw them. Like just you can like whatever you want to like. And obviously, I was pretty dramatic with the title. I don't think Battle Passes ruin gaming, but they definitely made some games a lot less enjoyable. I'm not gonna sit here and say like again, I'm no saint when it comes to Battle Passes. I think I've spent money at least once on each of the games that I've played. Like, and some for better or worse. Like with Overwatch, unfortunately, instead of making the new characters free like they did back then, the new character is a part of the battle pass. And like Call of Duty, if you want to get the new character, you either buy the battle pass right away, or you level up to level 50, which takes freaking forever, and get the character then.
Yeah.
So you are able to get them for free, but that does not make that right. I think getting a new character was one of the coolest things in Overwatch 1, and it was free. You could try out the new guy whenever, like
Yeah.
it was cool. But
I mean, Fortnite has they have the free and then the one that can purchase.
yeah, I
When they
mean,
well,
like
that's when they do the mini pass. But yeah,
yeah, yeah. And I think they should do that from now on is have like free and premium, like, so that way they're still making money. Because here's the other thing too: is a lot of people think like, oh well, they're just selfish or whatever. It's like, yeah, but that's their way of making money. Like that's their
yeah,
way of income or whatever. Like it's the extra stuff. It's like YouTubers and a bunch of other like content creators. Like they don't make a lot of money from advertising as much as they might have back then. So like their merch, basically their DLC or their extra stuff, that's for you guys to enjoy if you want to, but guess what? You can also enjoy the rest of their stuff, especially on like YouTube or Twitch or whatever, for free. But if you
yeah,
upgrade, cool. Like that's just how passionate you are about that thing. Like that's the thing too, is like a lot of people, they have passions and then people will like, kind of put them down for their passions, put them down for their like, liking of something, even though it's just, like, hey,
just their
I
personal
like this.
preference. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like literally today I was talking to a friend about music. Like he likes a lot of like high, like not classical, but like a lot of gentle rap, I guess, or just rap in general.
Okay.
And I personally prefer rock. Like I said, I don't enjoy, you know, soothing rap music. I like hard rock, epic sounding music. So like there's preference there. Like and like and then guess what? There's one thing we both agree on. We both don't like country music. So there you go. Like there can also be similarities because like even though everyone's different in their own way, and I'm sure there's probably a pair of people that want to be friends, but just like the universe, is currently pushing them in separate directions because you both like disagree on everything. Like, sure. But then there's those really cool friendships where like you either introduce new stuff to one another. Like heck, again, like I had no desire in Fortnite even with how popular it was. Travis or Griffshock here showed
Yeah.
me it, and now it's one of my favorite games of all time. Like I love that game. Um, and again, I would even get flack for it, but because that was the new cool thing was to hate Fortnite, and it's like, well, you know what? I'm not falling in with the crowd this time. I'm not gonna hate on a game just because everyone else does. Like I enjoy the game because I enjoy the game, and screw everyone who says I suck for liking the game.
Yeah,
Like if you
like
say the
you can put
game
it if you want.
sucks, yeah, if you say the game sucks, whatever. If you say I suck because I like the game, you suck. Like screw you. But
Yeah.
anyway, that's just kind of my 2 cents. Cents, get it? Sense of humor.
Censorship.
I honestly don't know how long we're. I think we'll probably just stick to an hour every
Okay.
podcast. Like
All
leaves
right.
us with about 12 minutes. So, um,
But
yeah,
I mean,
still got time.
yeah. Like I mean, I think I don't know. The history for games, I'm nervous, but I'm also excited for. Um, I mean, I don't know. It's such a hard topic for me to. Well, I can speak on it because I play a lot of games that have battle passes, but I also like the games that usually don't. But I mean, I find it fun. I find it interesting the way of like bringing in new people or um, having people be able to play the game more in order to unlock the item, which I guess is fun because it helps you enjoy a new immersive of a game and getting cool items like. ways to help you level up more, or you can get cosmetic skins and gun wraps and stuff like that. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with you there. Like, again, like it's very much a preference thing, but also to again everyone. Like, this isn't just people that might agree with us or disagree with us or whatever. Like, just be civil. Like, it really is important. Like, because at the end of the day, especially for those of you who may be listening, um, everyone is entitled to their own opinions, and you don't need to, you know, crap on someone because they don't agree with you. Like, it's really just like I see it everywhere, especially in comment sections of like videos or clips on like social media like Instagram or Facebook or whatever. Like, if I'm just like doom scrolling and I'll like look at it, like there's just that one person that absolutely rips into something because they don't like it.
Yeah.
And then all the replies are these people just ripping into them because, they're the majority or whatever. Like, just be civil, especially if you're a part of this pop culture community. Like, that's our main center focus for this podcast is we kind of want to be pop culture centered. So we will be talking mostly about games and movies and shows or whatever have you. Like, I look forward to Travis or Griff Shock's, topic next week. This one is just kind of one I came up with, and I've had an idea for since like I first like wanted to do another podcast. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, we still got 10 minutes. So, whoa, what the heck? How'd you ascend like that? What the freak?
What do you mean?
I don't know. You just like clipped through your desk. It was weird.
Oh, because I got magical powers,
Yeah, it seems like it. That mask just really screams sorcerer to me.
Yeah, to me it screams a slasher, but yeah. Sorcerer, slasher, same thing. They both start with an S.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, what I'm more worried about for like the future is more people not being people forget how to be nice to each other, and the way I always grew up was to treat people the way you would like to be treated. Like like I still live by that. I live by that, and then I live by the fact of like, if you don't have anything nice, just don't say anything at all. Kind of like Thumper said.
Yeah, and I mean, again, we don't mean to get super philosophical, but I think
Yeah.
us having this platform, it is important for us to kind of bring up because, like, that's the other thing too. I'm sure plenty of people will disagree with us, be like, nah, battle passes are like the future. Like that's what gaming should be all about, and that's fine. Like if you believe that, awesome. Because like at the end of the day, like the name of this episode, and I kept it vague. Like it's episode 1 on my stream, but the actual title will be on our Spotify and our YouTube. But that's the thing is the title's a question. Did battle passes ruin gaming? But it's a question. Some people will say yes, some people will say no, some people will say maybe, some people will say kind of. Like, everyone's got a different answer. Or some people have the same answer more so than others, whatever. Like, maybe we'll even do a poll. Um, maybe I'll, because there is a poll system on YouTube, so maybe I'll throw up a poll and be like, hey, did battle passes ruin gaming? And we'll see what people say. I imagine the majority will say yes, because a lot of people don't like spending money on games, and that's totally okay. Like, for someone like me who wants it to be kind of like my career, basically, I would say no, because that gives me content. But other than that, yeah, like I think at the end of the day we ruled like it's all a matter of opinion. I'm not gonna sit here and say yes they ruined it, but
Yeah,
I'm also not gonna sit here and say no they didn't either. Like
it's just our opinion on what we think. I mean, everyone's gonna have an opinion. I mean, it's just we're not always going to agree on the same thing, but I mean, it's kind of just like you chatting to your buddy. Like everyone's going to always have something different to say. It's just
I
how the
mean,
cookie crumbles.
I was just saying, I mean, that's exactly why we kind of started this podcast, is to kind of not only like chat with one another, but maybe sometimes debate. Like,
Yeah,
we
like
both
voice
have
each
our
other's
own different.
opinions.
Exactly. We might have different like opinions on things, but we definitely like, share a lot of the similar qualities as well. And I'm sure a lot of people will disagree with some of the stuff that we're saying um, in this episode too. Like, and honestly, I'd love to hear it. Like, whether it's live in chat, like, because I think we will respond to chat. If you guys
Yeah.
have questions, maybe we'll even do like a Q&A episode, like if one of us decides to do that, or if we get big enough to do that, we'll do that. But yeah, I think this has been a pretty good first podcast episode. I hope you guys have enjoyed it thus far. I've definitely enjoyed being here with my friend, talking pop culture, and honestly, like, again, voicing our opinions. Like, maybe his topic will be a lot lighthearted than mine, because I feel like this is a very controversial, very, like, it could probably get rough. And again, if anyone does comment on, I think only YouTube can really have comments. So if Spotify can as well, be civil in the chat, please, with everyone. Like, just voice your opinions, but do it civilly. Like, you don't even have to like rip into like what you believe. Just like, even if you are passionate, just blatantly state like, hey, I do think battle passes like are the reason. You don't have to say like, oh, battle passes should burn in hell because they are the damn thing that, ruined gaming for me. Like, I stopped playing video games because of, battle passes, because of cosmetics. I want to look cool, but I don't
Yeah.
want to spend money for it. Like, it's, I don't know. Or if you are the pro battle pass, don't go, all you people who are like, not spending money, it's all your own fault, or, you guys just don't enjoy life, or whatever have you. Like, I know there's going to be some dumb arguments, if there any, that will possibly happen. So,
Yeah.
but anyway, I I don't know. You got any lasting thoughts?
Um, I just hope that they enjoy this podcast. I granted, like he said in the beginning, this is our very first one, and or like together. He's done one before. And so this is our first one together, and I just hope you guys enjoy the content that we create. I know it may seem a little, a little unprofessional, like you said, and like a little wacky and unscheduled or organized because we haven't done it yet. Um, but expect fun things. I do actually. I just came up with a topic for next week. I'm gonna look more into it throughout the week, but I do have one planned out, and I'm excited to have a chat about it. But I hope everything goes well. I mean, I'm really looking forward to having this content with you and to be able to like share our thoughts and our interests. I mean, for example, like we've been doing this for how many years? We play games and we just randomly talk about things for hours, and that's kind of what sparked the whole thing.
I think
So
literally since, like, I don't remember when you got your Xbox, but ever since you got one, yeah, like, we just, whenever it was that, like, we started playing, I think it was either Minecraft or Overwatch that was, like, the first game that we really both got into. And then
Overwatch, I
Fortnite was the
think.
one where you were like, okay, yeah, you should come play this game. And ever since then, yeah, like, we'd always chat or whatever off, off screen, or off screen, off gaming, like, or while gaming. Like, again, we'll just like randomly, come up with something or talk about something, and it'll last like an hour, like this one. Like, we'll just
Yeah,
kind of,
just
it's,
zone off and go off. Yeah.
yeah, no, and I look forward to your topic. I'm kind of excited to see what it's about. Hopefully you guys enjoyed my topic. Again, I don't mean to be so controversial with that kind of topic. Whether it is controversial or not, I don't really know. Maybe a lot of people are going to say, or maybe there's a lot of pro Battle Pass haters more than I think, but I'm sure there's pro Battle Pass people out there too. I'm on the fence. I like Battle Passes in some games, kind of like what Griffshock said at the beginning of this podcast, but I also think that they're not terrible either, like, at all. Like, or at least most of them. most of them are pretty phenomenal. But yeah, we just hit the hour mark. Thank you everybody so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast, the first episode of Sense of Humor. Go check us out on YouTube. I'll have this stream uploaded by then, and hopefully the audio to Spotify. Just look forward to both of those. I'll have a proper logo. Right now it's just a American penny as a logo, so excuse that. But other than that, yeah. Thank you, Travis, for joining me today.
Of course, my pleasure.
Yeah. How do we do an outro? Like, do we?
That's a good question.
What's your outro when you stop streaming? Because mine's just like, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. What was yours?
Mine is like, I just hope you guys enjoyed. I don't know. It's like, I hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys on the next one. See you later, and I'll just go off.
All right. We'll kind of mix it. We hope you enjoyed this podcast.
Cast.
See you in the next one. Peace.
Peace.